This is going to be a video review of the Duracell DuraBeam Ultra. The item number in the top is 1193,816. So I bought this from Costco. Now, hold on. Go across the room here. Costco has sold a whole series of the DuraBeams. I've got a 700. They sold a 700 Lumen. This is 1500. They sold a 700 Lumen package. I believe it was sold in 3 flashlights. I think they still have it, 3 flashlights, maybe 2, with batteries for, most of these are like 15, 20 bucks. And I can't find the flashlight here right now. I think I gave all 2 or all 3 of them to my mom, and she's got them scattered around the house. A very good deal. I don't remember if it had a zoom on it. But that was the 700 Lumen. Then I went out and I bought, when they had the sale, the 1000 Lumen Duracell. Now these are, I believe, aluminum. This could be used to really hurt somebody. This is heavy duty. This, I think, runs on a C-cell. I believe it runs on the C-cell, maybe 2 or 3. I think I bought this originally and it wasn't working, so I had to return it and I bought it again. Comes in a 2-pack. I have both of them here. I use these things. These are great. In fact, I used them 2 weeks ago. I used them about 2 or 3 months ago. We had to call the fire department. The fire alarm went off over here. I called the fire department. I was the only one that walked out over here with 2 flashlights. 2 of these, I was able to light up the walkway as I exited. I was able to use the strobe feature on here. Let me see if I can get the strobe feature on, just so you can see. I was able to use the strobe feature on this flashlight. I pointed it down the street about a block and a half away, and the fire department saw the strobing light, and they drove right up to where I was, got them over to the fire panel, and I, because of these 2 flashlights, I carried 2. I didn't know how strong the batteries were on either of them, since I hadn't changed them in a while. These flashlights definitely helped out and guided me and the firemen over to the fire panel, and I was walking the dog. I took the dog with me, so because I didn't want to leave her in the house, obviously. So these flashlights are really nice, heavy duty. Now I have a relative that went out and bought I believe it's an 850 lumens. I think it's a Stinger. A Streamlight Stinger, about 850 lumen for $140. Yes, it's got rechargeable batteries and a recharger, but $140, and it's smaller, but $140. So when it's smaller, you're dealing, usually, not always, but usually when it's smaller, you're dealing with batteries that aren't going to last as long. When you hit more batteries, you've got more current, it should last longer. And maybe you'll get a wider beam because you have a bigger flashlight. So that covers the 700 and the 1000. The nice thing about this one, I'm not going to put it on your eyes so it blinds you, but we've got the low light. Let me do that again. We've got the bright light, we've got the lower light, we've got the strobe light, and we have the off. Now, the thing that I like about the 700, and I'm definitely on the 1000, is this has a zoom. You see this? I'm able to zoom to a really tiny to a very wide, and that is the advantage of this flashlight, and that's why I like it. And that's why I kept it. So, Costco had this on sale. 4 C-cells means it probably runs off of 1.5, 3, 6, maybe it runs off of 3 volts. I'm guessing it runs off of 3 volts, and it's got extra batteries for time, for current, to last longer. Maybe it runs off with a 1.5 volt, and we've got extra batteries for to keep this thing running a little longer. Maybe not. Maybe it needs 1, 3, maybe it needs 6 volts to run. I don't really know. So what I'm going to do, from what I understand, we have the low, the medium, and the strobe, but we do not have the zoom. So I don't know if I'm going to keep this thing. That's why I'm doing the video before I go back there. I want to make sure that I'm definitely going to keep this. So I'm going to open this package up without hurting myself. This doesn't look aluminum. If it's aluminum, it looks like it's, if it is aluminum, it looks like it is rubber coated aluminum. So I don't know if this is the same flashlight as the 1000. It is definitely wrapped to make life difficult to take it out. And my thought right off the top is, let me get this other flashlight. This thing would crack a skull, and that's not what you buy this thing, but this is heavy duty. This, well, look at this. This is heavy duty. This is probably, I don't know if this is plastic. No, that's metal. Much thinner metal. So I really don't like, I don't know why they want to do switches on the back. I just don't understand that. I can understand for tactical if you've got a weapon or something, but how many people are going to walk down the street and go, oh, hold on, boop, boop. So when I'm walking the dog and I see somebody, I have to go like this. It's such a hassle. And I was also told that this does not have a zoom. We have 4 lights over here. On this one we have, I can't even see, we have 1 light in the center. On this one we have 4. So first thing I can tell you, it's at least half the weight of the 1000, which might be good. I mean, when you carry this thing, this is pretty heavy. This is got a rubber cushion over here, rubber front, it feels like. And we got the 4 on the front, but I was told it doesn't have the zoom, and it doesn't have the zoom. And that's why I might be returning this. But what it's supposed to have, it's supposed to have supposedly, I believe the bright one is a wide beam, the dimmer one is a narrow beam or a pointed beam, and then it's got the strobe. So I'm not so worried right now about the, I gotta cut out the batteries next. Yikes. This package is not easy. I don't know if they're expecting people to tear this apart in the store, and so they want to lock it up and protect it really well. But I mean, you're seeing what I'm going through. This is not a user-friendly package. So I would say I am 50% towards returning it right now. I want to see what the brightness is. That's going to be the key that will let me know if I really want to keep this or not. As far as weight, you know, it's good or bad. It's lighter, which is not always a bad thing. You don't need the big heavy-duty aluminum. The person that I know that bought the 850 Lumen Streamlight, they wanted that because it was aluminum. And I said, what are you going to do, slam somebody over the head with the thing and then shoot them? I mean, come on. So I'm trying to get this thing closed. Maybe I was supposed to do that from the front, but I didn't want to mess with the front. So it's got a nice feel to it. I like this. This is a machined thing. This feels like metal. Oh, is that machined metal too? Okay, it didn't feel like it, but it is. So let's do, it doesn't have the zoom, but let's do the low. Or it's probably going to be the high one. Woo! Okay, somebody said that on the internet, and that's true, and I don't like that. Okay, so what you're going to have is you're going to have a beam, and then it's going to go off, and then you're going to have another beam, and then it's going to go off, and you're going to have the third beam, and it's going to go off. So we have the narrow, and then you have to press it to off, and then you have the wide beam? Well, okay, let me try this again. Someone also said it, you can lightly tap this thing and turn it on. You can intermittently press it and, is that true? No. Whew, is that bright? Off, narrow, off. I don't know what the heck that is. Off, and then strobe, off. So we're going to do one more test, and we'll decide what to do. Okay, the only light that I have on now is just a really dim light behind me. So let's get I want to show you now. This is the old light. That is intense. And you can wide beam, which I love. I mean, this is going look at this. Look at that. That is huge. I can't even get it in the whole camera thing. And then I can zoom all the way down to a narrow. That's much dimmer. And then this strobe, which just, yikes. Now, I'm gonna go over, I don't like this thing where you have to do 6 different things, but let's try. Whoa! I wish this was zoom. This beam is probably about maybe the size as of the other one. Off. Much smaller. Much dimmer. And then a strobe that is wide and intense and insane. Yikes. Okay, so let me go back and power on the lights. We'll finish this off. People, this is a toughie. You know, it's not like buying this thing is gonna break anybody. It's definitely not gonna break you. It's about the same length. Again, I don't know if this has 4 batteries or not. This is lighter, so no. I was gonna say, it's a lighter. I picked it up and I got the wrong one. This is, wow, interesting. This is the metal one. I don't know if this has 3 batteries in it. When you pick this thing up, suddenly, they're about the same weight now. This is maybe a fraction lighter. I don't like the on, off, on, off, on, off, on, off. I don't like that at all. And like with this, if I'm walking, I can go really fast, I can go. And then so if I see somebody walking towards me with the dog, I can go 1, 2, 3, and I'm flashing. With this thing, if I see somebody coming towards me, I have to go on, off, on, off, on, off, on. That is bright. Man, is that bright. Yikes. I like the zoom. If they sold this with the zoom, I would say this is a definite keeper. A lot of people online were saying it doesn't have the zoom, they don't want it. And I tend to agree with them. I think Duracell made a big mistake by not putting the zoom on this one. If this had the zoom on it, I would have kept it. I'm gonna take this back to the store. I've got 2 of these. I really like that it's got 500 lumens more. I like that it's got a 3rd setting, which is even, not this one, that one. Why did that go dim? That's the flash, okay. That's wide, that's really wide. You can see the wideness, is that a word? You can see the wideness. You can see it gets narrow. You can see that gets even narrower. And then you've got the strobe. But you know, if you can get the 700, the 1000, and it's a toss-up because you're really looking for brightness. If you want brightness, this is the one you go for. If you want to have the zoom, and I think the zoom is really neat. A lot of times I'll be walking the dog, I'll be going through a parking structure or a walkway, and I'll go like this to light the whole area up, and then I'll go like that to pinpoint it onto a wall. Now, if I had to do that with this one, I would have to turn this on, which would light the whole place up, but I can't zoom in. I can't do the zoom really quick. I've got to hold this, I got to do this, and then I got to do this. So I'm going to return this. Good thing about Costco, and you can buy this on Amazon. I will be leaving the affiliate Amazon link in the video description. If you're interested in buying this thing, click on the link. If you're not interested in buying it, but you do buy on Amazon, please click on any of those links before you do your purchase. It will help me out. That will definitely help out my channel. Please do a thumbs up, subscribe, like, share, leave a comment. You want to support me, ask for my PayPal info. You can leave a donation if you want to, and thanks for watching. Going to repackage this and take it back tomorrow. I wanted to show you the package. We have I guess the 3rd one is the wider one. Narrow, medium, narrow, wide, and strobe. And on the front it says 1500 lumens, 200 lumens, 3 hours on high, on the low it's 35 hours. The The strobe, I don't know what that means, and 140 meters wide. So the advantage is it's got a 35-hour light if you want. You know, it's not a bad light. I have enough flashlights. For me, I want the zoom. If you don't care about the zoom and you're okay pressing the switch 6 times or 8 times or 5 times, 7 times, whatever it is, to get what you want, I would go with this. Either way, this is about 19 bucks. I think this was originally like 2 for 20 something, and the 700 Lumen I believe is 3 for about $15 or $20.